Hey guys, Aaron McNally here, the Handy Therapist. Today I'm going to be showing you how to take care of your popcorn ceilings. If your house was built in the 70s, 80s, maybe early 90s, you probably have some popcorn ceilings. Nobody likes it, but it's hard to take down. Take that back. It's not hard, it's messy, nobody wants to do it. Best time to do it is before you have anything in there, or if you're about to redo the carpets, something like that, because it does make a little bit of a mess, or a big mess. Anyways, all you need, a water sprayer or garden sprayer, something to kind of get the popcorn ceiling wet. Tarp to lay down just to kind of protect everything, and some sort of trowel and something to catch all the crap that you take down. So I recommend using a 12 or a 14-inch trowel. You can technically use a smaller trowels, but they're more likely to kind of gouge, and it's going to take forever. I mean, think about that. I mean, going across a whole ceiling would take forever with this little 1-inch or 3 or 4-inch. So anyways, 14, 12-inch trowel. All right, let's go downstairs, get this ready, put some water in this guy. I'm outside, just gonna fill this up with water. Some people say that it's best to put a little bit of fabric softener in there. I tried both ways. Water to me works a lot better than just putting a little fabric softener in there. I don't know if they think it's supposed to loosen it up a little more, or maybe they just like the smell. But anyways, water has worked the best for me. So, doesn't have to be anything fancy. Just fill this guy up with water. This is just a regular garden sprayer. You can get Home Depot, Lowe's, Walmart for 10 to 20 bucks. Doesn't have to even be this big. Put a little too much. All right. Pressurized sprayer. You can technically use a spray bottle. All you just got to do is get wet, but your hand will be pretty tired because you're spraying this thing pretty liberally. All right. Here, let's see if it works. Pour it. Let's go upstairs and get that place prepared. So like I said, you definitely want to put something down to catch all the junk that you're going to be tearing off. It's a very messy job. And ideally, you'd rather do this when you don't have to. We have just a huge tarp here. You can put down anything though. But we do this way so we can reuse it. Alright, doesn't have to be anything pretty. Got our tarp down. If you want to be a little more particular, you can even tape it to the wall so it really catches something. We're going to replace our carpet hopefully pretty soon anyway, so it doesn't matter too much if a little gets on there. We vacuum it up. So, alright, let's get started. Got our sprayer, got our popcorn ceiling. All you gotta do, put it on the fine setting. Doesn't have to be necessarily, but works the best for me. And you just spray this thing down. You want to get it nice and saturated. I usually work in, I don't know, 10 by 10 foot sections, maybe less, 5 by 5. Saturate the heck out of it. Getting too much is not really a thing. Makes it easier. If it's too dry, it doesn't really work. Alright. You can see how this wouldn't take forever if you had a squirt gun or a squirt gun bottle. See how it's kind of changing colors up there where it's wet? So all this stuff is drywall compound that they spray up there. So some people may have some painted areas. I can see right here, whoever had the house before us painted this little area. That's where it kind of gets annoying to mess with. That paint works as like a barrier to not allow the water to kind of soak in, and makes it a lot harder to scrape off. But we'll deal with that when we get to it. So if you spray too much and it dries before you get there, you can just spray a little bit more. This is a pretty small room, so I'm just probably going to spray about half of it. We're gonna take down that fan anyways. I may do that before I finish. Alright, I'm just going back over all the spots. Definitely don't want it to be dry. The wetter the better. Alright, so we played with different timings on how long you let that sit. I'd say at least 3 or 4 minutes. Alright, ready to get it. So we've let this sit for maybe 1 or 2 minutes. We'll see if that's long enough. May not be, but we'll see. So what I do, you want to put it at about a 45-degree angle. You can do it. You definitely don't want a 90 degree. About 45 degrees. What I do is I actually set it on the tray to use the tray to kind of push up against it, and then it just gives a little bit more pressure and a little closer, so it doesn't make quite as bit of a mess. So anyways, push up and straight. Push pretty hard. As you can see, smooth as a baby's bottom. There's the popcorn ceiling, all gone. And doesn't take long. Just keep going and going. Go back over the spots. Here's what I mean about the part that's kind of painted. Get up close to that. You can see when I try to go over it, it's much tougher. See, this area right there was painted. This area was not. The part that's not just flies right off. This part I gotta get a little deeper. I could probably leave it like that since we're gonna texture it anyways, but if you're trying to make it flat, a flat surface, that'll take a little bit more elbow grease. Here's what it looks like when you scrape it off. So here's that part that was all painted, all sticking together. But makes pretty much a pretty big mess. Just want to put that in the trash can afterwards. So, all right. So, last stroke here. Took me about 30 minutes or so to do this room. As you can see, it's a little messy. But I don't know how much it would cost to have someone else do this, so may as well do it yourself. Get some money. If you don't mind getting messy. So, a couple tips. Again, if you have any trouble getting it off, spray it down a little bit more. The wetter it is, the easier it is. Also, don't ever kind of tilt it like this and gouge in there and make a bunch of little holes, or you may have to come back and fill those in later. So, 45-degree angle, push it up in there. But we are done with this room. Show you the texture here in a bit, or in another video. All right, there's what it ends up being. Have to dump that guy out. This isn't full. There's a bunch of trash in there under there. But anyways, pretty dang messy. All right, get to it. Go do it.